tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time, there was this weather woman. Come as a pirate, mistaken to quiet, but you know you love watching my spin. Put your phone head shirt on, watch it live on your phone, and drink drunk donkey beer all day. Look at that. You know you'll be tracking every move that makes you lose.
Bam, that's a wrap. Look at that timing. That's perfection. Look at that. Countdown timer off. Webcam on. Web page is up where it's supposed to be. It's a good Friday. Mel McCoy, got your Furman, my buddy, my pal, my old brother from another mother. That's great news, buddy. Furman family. So I'm the one-man band producer, director, host, and marketing, custodian, supply, personnel, everything. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. So we're a professional operation. That's right. We are a low-budget production studio. But we have a good time, for sure. So what's happening, everybody? What's going on? Let's talk about weather. It's the Daily Brew. Hot, hot, hot. Storms are cooking here in Florida. They're popping up like popcorn all over the place. Little pop, 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 pop. No dogs today, by the way. I'm sorry for that. Emily's got a sleepover, and they got both the dogs. So I'm going to give you, this is what we use, and this is our backup dog. This was Emily's first puppy. She carried this little guy around forever. So this is our replacement for Louie and Hunter this morning. This one's actually a little more hyper. But this sucker's 17 years old. Can you believe it? You have to watch Monday for Louie and Hunter. Maybe not even Louie and Hunter Monday because we got to take him to the vet. Oh my God, you guys are going to be in Louie Hunter withdrawal. Sorry about that. Had to give you a reason to come back. But I don't want to disturb them. They're happy. They're laying with Emily. Those are moments you can't take away. So there you go. Hey, man. All right. So we're going to talk weather. What's up, John Ferguson from the Caymans? How's it going, buddy? I got your radar here. Let's pull it up a little bit. Nothing really cooking down that way. I get a lot of emails from down south, too. Caribbean, people asking me from the Virgin Islands. Nothing really cooking. There's an old frontal boundary we're going to talk about. Big old storms rolling in down to the upper Gulf Coast. Juicy few days here across Florida because of this old frontal boundary, and storms are going to be popping any place, anytime. No way to predict who's going to get what. Your neighbor across the street might get it, and you won't. And you can email your local Met and say he lied. Chris, yeah, man, it was a good day for Tampa Bay. Rays won, Lightning won. Good morning, David, fellow new followers. What's up, Jennifer Hawkins? YouTube is up. What's up, Coneheads from the Villages? Is that a good place? I think it might be a great place to retire because you can drive around in golf carts. I love golf carts. What's up, Mary Hernandez? We are streaming live on Twitter and YouTube. We got a big audience on all three networks now. We are on all three networks. We're on ABC, Fox, and CBS. We need one more network to go NBC so we can have all four networks. Oh, my goodness. Hey, since it is Friday, I talk about it all the time. I have memories of old dad driving home on Friday, picking me up from preschool swinging into the Bradenton ABC Fine Wine Spirits. Getting the weekend on. So if you're living in Florida, make sure you support our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It's a beautiful store. It's a beautiful place. They even sell water and Coca-Cola. Great items to put in whiskey. But we appreciate their support. Hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday. Hey, listen. So yesterday I was, big thanks to Lisa Burnett. She had invited me down I was down in Clearwater Beach yesterday. Had a really nice little convention. It was called the 19th annual Florida Cooperative Supply Management Professionals Conference. That's a long, big word. Basically, supply management companies. And what was cool about this, I got to do my little hurricane presentation. A lot of professionals there, FEMA, a lot of big agencies were there. They are the ones that supply telephone poles, telephone wire, power wire, transformers, anything in that whole industry, energy stuff after a storm. A lot of them were friends with our good friend Tammy Kent from OSR. So what a small community. And as you guys know that watch me a lot, this post-storm recovery, I've learned, is so huge. And so much is involved with getting life back to normal. So it was a great conference. They wined and dined us. They let Phil and our wives go. So we had a good time. So thanks. But I had a good time giving the presentation. It was a really good presentation. I'm really enjoyed doing those. So hope they enjoyed it. They did. They said they did. So all right. So here we go. We're going to talk about the tropics. Remember, no doggies today. There's a good chance Monday will be the only day next week that we're live. We are going on vacation. So Kathy's already been on her golf cart this morning. That's about as close to a Tesla as I'll ever get. I can't swing it yet. We did have a hybrid Toyota one time, Camry. It was really neat. I like the gas electric combinations for sure. Good morning for Wiki Watchy. Pam, are you a mermaid? Dusty John, I know we're going to show the dust map. It's incredible. And Tropics. What's up, Chris? Instructions needed for the weekend. Thank you for the stars, Teresa. Appreciate that. They all add up, believe it or not. Not needed, of course, but we appreciate it. So yeah, Jake's talking about the GFS. Let's talk about the tropics, as we always suggest and always recommend. Mike's Weather page is not official. Everything you want to look at is all on my site. National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center obviously are the big dogs. And right now we're looking at no formation in the next 5 days. That's 5 days from 8 o'clock this morning. If we get a circle at 2 o'clock, it means we could have something 5 days from 2 o'clock. It's very confusing when you post a graphic like this, and then in a few hours later you get a yellow circle, and they're like, well, I thought you said nothing in 5 days. I did. The new circle is 5 days and 6 hours. So it can always change, but at least this puts us through Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. And I'm not seeing anything. And if you please follow the page, because I post a lot of stuff. Not only on Facebook. Listen, I get it. Not everybody likes Facebook. Not everybody likes Twitter. Not everybody likes Instagram. But I do post on all three a lot. So you don't have to get your information. And it's all out there. You don't have to pay for it. Easy to find. But this is the bottom line. This has been happening. This has been the bottom line for the last week. From Monday till now, this has been the theme, okay? What's up, Jennifer? Hey, I got your email about something. Oh, your message on Twitter. What was your question? Oh, God, it's something I forget. Oh, my God, I have to go back. Saw it. I meant to respond. I hate responding on the phone. I can't type very good on the phone, so I usually try to do everything on my PC. Still a PC person. Kyle Young, good morning. What's up? That's right, Derek West. I'm going on vacation. I didn't say camping. We're trying a different vacation this time around. I do want to camp July 4th weekend again at Canopy Oaks. We love that place. Maybe for 2 days. So I'll put it out there right now. July 4th weekend, there's going to be something tracking because I mentioned the C word. Let's see if the urban myth is true. Let's see if that works, because the last 2 years, every time I said I'm going camping, we had tropical something and I had to cancel. So good morning, Coneheads. Why do we call us Coneheads? Well, because when we have a storm, you have the NHC cone of uncertainty, and everybody said, we are Coneheads. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. So I have a really cool Conehead shirt, which I need to promote more, I guess. I don't promote the shirts. I have people all the time, oh, you have shirts? But this is the original Conehead design. If you don't want the DD design, there you go. We are Coneheads. We are one Conehead family. So there's our mascot wearing a cone. Pretty original, right? So you can be a Conehead too. All right, so this has been the theme all week long. All right, so you've probably been seeing the maps about the heat coming. Huge high pressure across the United States next week. This is going to dip across the southeast over Florida. High pressures block tropical movement. Weak waves track west. It's always been that way. Weak west. We have a whole bunch of tropical waves out here. We've been tracking the tropical waves. Now there's so many of them, I don't even know which one's what. But the Euro here has been real consistent with keeping things on the Pacific side, meaning high pressure blocks, keeping things west, and maybe getting a little something out here in the Pacific down the road. These are 10-day maps. These are storm tracks 10 days from now, like a week plus. So anything that could pop up within 10 days should be shown here on spaghetti models. So remember, the Euro's got 51 little members of it, and the GFS has 31. Last I checked. So the Euro's sticking to it. I see the high pressure. I live and die with that high pressure. That is my everything, is watching high pressure, low pressure, to the point that we even have these little toys, which Shelly sends me all these little fun stuff all the time. High pressures are blocking. Low pressures cannot penetrate high pressure, and they slide on by. So big high pressure this week coming up. But now the GFS. Now I've been a good boy. I do not post every individual GFS run. I think I might have, maybe back in 2010. I didn't even know what Ensemble was back then. I also only had 10,000 fans. So I've learned. So your GFS has been put in Category 3 hurricanes all across the Gulf. Like every run, Category 2, Category 3 hurricane. And it's also pushing back the date, which usually indicates it's not even sure of itself. So it's like, I was wrong about it, but it's going to happen tomorrow. It's like the end of the world. What? It didn't happen. Well, it's going to happen tomorrow. Did it happen tomorrow? Well, it's going to happen the next day. So that's kind of what the GFS does when it's confused. GFS isn't reading the high pressure very well. So if you notice on the latest 10-day ensembles from the GFS, look, a majority of them now are even bending back into that BOC. God, and I knew I'd forget how to say it. It's not peach. It's Pache. Campeche. The Bay of Campeche. For years I've been calling it Bay of Campeche. It's the Bay of Campeche. The BOC. So anyway, trending, GFS may be starting to see what everybody else is seeing. So bottom line, if you're coming here to find out about the big bad hurricane coming to Tampa, not going to happen next week. But it will happen in the future. Just can't tell you when. So anyway, look at that. Get this good map. This is a John Madden NFL spray chart. You got Tom Brady. Look at this. And I'm wearing Tom Brady. Look at that. Tom Brady. So here's Brady. He's like, which way is he going to go? Is he going to pass it here? Is he going to pass it there? That's a fake. The GFS is a fake. He's actually going to hand it off, and it's going to end up over here. So, that's a lot of red. All right. We do have big storms coming today I want to talk about. Let's still talk about the Tropics. Let's go to individual model runs. So ensembles are everything. Ensembles. So this is very important. Let's go back to my ensemble map. Make sure my screen looks halfway decent here. I didn't check it today. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so here's the latest GFS on tropicaltidbits.com. It's been spitting off this little thing too. I don't know what the heck that is. All right, so here's the general thinking. Push things back a lot. Originally, it was starting to form something here Tuesday, Wednesday. Now it's Saturday, a week from Saturday. So every time you see the GFS pushing things back, it's confused. It's been going to ABC, Fine Wine and Spirits, a little too much. Sky, you're not a Brady fan? Okay, well, it's okay. I don't care. I still like you. Going on a cruise, Caitlin. That's cool, so are we. The girls are so excited. We went on the exact same cruise 3 years ago, and somehow we ended up on the exact same cruise. It is the Mariner, by the way, Shelly. I don't care. All I know is I'm putting stickers. I am not putting stickers around, but if you happen to see stickers on the Mariner or Seas, because I gave it to a fan and they actually put it somewhere. Has anybody been on the Mardi Gras and seen any of these stickers? Has anybody been on at the Boot Hill Saloon and seen any of these stickers? Or a bazillion other places? I don't know how they get there. I really don't. So this is a week from Saturday. So it's already like 5 days behind where it thought it was a couple days ago. So anyway, here's what now it's showing. 977, that's probably Cat 2 into Louisiana. Don't believe it. I'm not here to hype. I'm just telling you how messed up it is. Last night's 00Z run, consistent. Now it's 950 millibar, getting even stronger. Last night's 18Z, the same thing. I mean, I just cannot believe how consistent it thinks that this is going to happen. It's enough that I got to show it. I just, then yesterday it was having it going to Tampa. So, I don't know, man. I just think it's, look at it. Then it had it going into Texas. So everybody gets one from the GFS. Time frame, if it were to happen, the new time frame, the adjusted time frame of the GFS is now a week from Tuesday, the 21st, 11 days from now, long way away. So the 18Z yesterday, or the 8th, 2 days ago, didn't show anything. And this to me is exactly what I think we're seeing. This is everything. If you've been watching all week, this is everything. All right, so this is Wednesday, next week, right? Tropical juice, high pressure, Pacific action, and then a little bit of energy here, and this ends up into the bay and brings some rain to the Mexico coast and maybe the tip of Texas. So Wednesday of next week, there's our setup. This was a really good graphic because it showed our CAG setup, which was our general rotation here. You can follow the wind barbs, and you can just see the whole general wide low pressure setting up around Central America. And you got two little spots here, and this one kind of goes that way, and then the Pacific one goes that way, John Madden style. Does that make sense? And then, kind of does that. So that's been the trend on most of the models. But man, GFS was, it was wrong with Invest 90. Remember, it showed a big bad hurricane in the upper Gulf a couple weeks ago. It ended up being an Invest, but never ended up being anything. And then I think it didn't do very good at all with last week's PTC. It showed a messy low south of Keys, never even really touching Florida. So it was way off on track, and it kind of was wrong on intensity, but it was wrong in a different way on Alex. So I'm not buying into it yet. Let's look at some other models. So again, next weekend, like we talked about, let's just show you upper level what's going on in the upper levels. So we got epic heat coming next week. If you haven't seen it, this is a graphic here showing you that. This is a tremendous amount of heat coming next week. 613 to 615, 613 to 616, pretty much all midweek next week. Excessive means, top 3 of record range. And we're just going to have a large high pressure system. And that's going to be, the story. High pressure. And that usually blocks anything from going up. And, we also have a big dust plume coming. Let's show you that real quick. We got friends down in Caymans. We got friends down in the Lesser Antilles. We got friends down in Puerto Rico and Hispaniola and everywhere else. All these countries that I didn't know where they. I used to have to pull a map up, if you remember, years ago, because I didn't know where half of these countries were. I think I've done better with our tropical updates talking about Caribbean countries than the flyover states, because I don't think I still, even though I was in Iowa last week, I still don't think I know where half the states are. Like Jason Aldean says, flyover states. I'm guilty as charged. They're flyover states because most people don't know about them. But this is your dust map currently. The colors indicate Saharan dust. It blows off of Africa. It rides along these massive winds here with the equator line. We have the winds converging here. So it makes us trek across the Atlantic, and very heavy dust is reported here across Jamaica, Caymans, all the islands. They actually issue respiratory alerts. They issue warnings because the dust is so thick it falls from the sky. Somewhere from Kansas. Look, I just drew a line over all the states, making it look like I knew where Kansas was. I hope I got it. I went to college. Does anybody know the states? I don't know. The flyover states. Man, Tammy, don't hate me. Man, Tammy Kent got hit hard in Iowa, by the way. I was just there a week ago, and they got hammered by hail. Tremendous amount of damage on all their property. It was very sad to see because I just saw it a week ago, and it was beautiful. And all the siding of the house was tore up. In fact, let me show you right now because I don't want to forget. Sad, the hail. We were just talking about where they live. They don't, being in Iowa, they never really got into any tornado storms yet. They all have cellars there living in Iowa. They never really had any. Man, you guys post some amazing stuff. Man, look at this. This was that was somebody else's. Let me stay on target here. I'm trying to find her other pictures here. Let's see here. I think it was right here. Oh my God, look at this. This is crazy. All right, so this is our good friend Tammy Kent. There was a window smashed. That was the leaves. All the leaves of the trees were gone. There's her windshield cracked. Let's see here. There was other. Oh, this is the picture I was looking at. Look at that. The side of their house. Now, you've all seen it, but this is a good friend of ours on the page. And those are holes. These are actual, just imagine what that sounded like. The whole side of the house impacted with hail. And it's incredible. So anyway. But anyway, back to the heat. It's hot, hot, hot. The dust, here's the dust map. So there's our dust, and it's going to end up in the Gulf of Mexico. This is the forecast track of our dust. This is through the 14th of next week. So as we get into the 15th of next week, which would put us midweek next week, Wednesday, this is the time frame the GFS started picking up on possible development. But look what happens. There's so much dust out here in the Caribbean and the Gulf. Another sign that it would be very hard for anything to get going next week. And then there's another little plume coming in behind that. So very common early season stuff. But what this is going to do for you guys on Wednesday in Texas and the upper Gulf, you're going to have this dust and you're going to have this heat and you're going to have hazy skies, and it's going to feel like you're in the desert. It's going to be awful. Trust me, you're going to see pictures of hot, hazy skies middle next week, and people are going to say it's not even summer yet. Summer is not officially until June 21st. It's not even officially summer yet. We're still in spring. It's 89 degrees in Oldsmar. 90-degree heat index yesterday at 5 in the morning. Oh, boy. All right. So, Tropics, I don't know what to tell you. This is a great map. This is the Euro. Euro does such a good job with upper level winds that, here's next week. This is your high pressure system to the north. Middle next week, Wednesday. Just keeping anything flowing across land, likely. Maybe the bay. But that's been my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going against the GFS every day. I just don't believe it. Now, the GFS keeps pushing things back. Listen, if the GFS every day pushes the store back another day, it's eventually going to be right. And everybody's going to say, see, I told you. I was more concerned about next week selfishly because we're on a cruise. And originally it was showing a hurricane middle of the end of next week forming down the Caribbean. Now it's not. So it is showing it later. Hey, David, I believe it does. Yes. Good question. The dust is taken into consideration. I don't know which models use it, but it also is a good indicator of basically dust in dry air. So we haven't used this map all season long. I can't even find it because we haven't used it all. Here it is. This is our dust map. Does this go out in time? No, this is just up to now. This is recent. So this is the combination of dust and dry air map, but this basically is showing you this big plume starting to make its way across the Caribbean into the Gulf. This is recent. This isn't a forecast. There is that forecast one I did. There's also this here from there's a good picture. That's a satellite. I don't like that picture, though. It's only the 9th. They didn't update it. Kind of see it. It's not a really good map. But you can click on My Fox Hurricane. They have a really good animation here showing you the dust. And this is going to put you through. Here's basically through today. There's our dust starting to enter. Here's coming into the weekend. This is the concentration of dust. Again, it's My Fox Hurricane. And we love Paul Delgado for sure and all the Fox folks that follow us. And that's through Sunday, so it doesn't really go that far. But you can look at the Atlantic and just see all this is coming. So there you go. Now, the other thing we do have, and this is just a theory of mine. Nobody's been able to prove it right or wrong. This MJO pulse cycle that flies through the Earth every 60 to 90 days or whatever it is, definitely enables thunderstorm activity. And even though we're going to have dust and we're going to have high pressure, there's still going to be thunderstorms popping. And anytime we get a seed of moisture, like I'm going to show you a precipitable water map right now, because we have a frontal boundary droop down into Florida right now. Anytime you have that moisture in the air and you have this enhanced MJO, it's going to enable thunderstorms to pop. And it's a lot easier for storms to uprising and get going higher cloud tops. That's why we've had some hail this week. We've had some surprise tornadoes this week. This enhanced MJO definitely increases the odds and chances for bigger thunderstorms and a little bit more unsettled weather. Not organized as far as tropical goes because we got these other hindrances happening with this high pressure, which also indicates that it's going to be some shear because of that strong high pressure. So let's take a look at that real quick too. I haven't even really looked at that. But as far as your shear anomaly map goes for last night, we can see here that middle of next week, There's some shear. This is Wednesday. So there's your upper level wind shear, kind of to the south. So the Euro's thinking pretty heavy winds, which would mean anything trying to develop down here off of the Yucatan midweek next week. It's going to be dealing with a lot of upper level wind shear. And so we'll see how that pans out. That was predicted really good with the GFS. Remember, even with the GFS predicting a hurricane last week with potential storm Alex, or not Alex, but the shear map was still on point, even though it was kind of off on some other things. So the shear maps are usually pretty good here on this anomaly map here. So let's take a look here at the Caribbean. And let's take a look at the shear map, and it's not popping up. What's up with that? Let's go to 00Z. Trying to load. No wind shear, I guess. Hey, MT Maps, thank you very much. What's up, Jerry Cole? Nice haircut. Ha! David, you noticed. Well, the wind shear map ain't working. Oh, well. We'll not talk about wind shear. We're talking about models. And how steering in the upper level environment is not looking very conducive for any development. Okay, let's take a look at the water precipitable. All right, let's go into what's happening today, because there's some big storms brewing today. Let's take a look at what's happening here with our lingering front. So we do have some possibility of some strong storms. Now, this is your precipitable water map. Unfortunately, through the weekend, lots of juice. This is through the weekend. So yellows and reds, this is all through the weekend. Yellows and reds are higher moisture content in the atmosphere. And that means, unfortunately, we're going to have a lot of rains popping up throughout the weekend. Increased rains, a lot of moisture in the air. Don't know where they're going to set up. You never know. Could be across the street. Could be behind you. Could be sunny. Could be cloudy. You know, the fact is there's moisture in the air, and we're going to have rain, unfortunately. So that is why the rain chances are up currently through the weekend across a big chunk of the southeast. A lot of moisture in the air. I know we got a lot of people watching in Florida. Let's look at that just 2 seconds real quick. With rainfall totals here. Well, let's just do southeast. So your 24-hour rainfall. This kind of gives you an idea hour by hour. Let's go 6 hour, actually. They've changed the map a little bit, so I got to be careful. But here's the rain through the day to day. You can see it starts out pretty heavy. This is pretty much through early afternoon here. So we got, rain East Coast going to our West Coast to the East Coast. We got this big blob I'm going to talk about next. And, it just kind of stays active. This is just basically, this is through the weekend. This is just kind of showing you southeast rains are just going to kind of pop up anywhere because of our lingering front. So Saturday, definitely 12Z. I was looking at here, could be a surprise tomorrow with the rains in Florida. Unfortunately, selfishly for us, because we've got softball in Orlando. But all right, this is today, and then we're going to go to what's happening in the upper Gulf Coast. So don't go anywhere. But this is today. Now look, we got storms popping throughout the day today. This is afternoon. Florida Peninsula going to get a lot of juice today. A lot of storms popping. Hard to tell where they're going to be at. That's through the day today. Just that's increased moisture in the air, old frontal boundary. Now tomorrow, look what starts to happen in the morning. Same thing. They start to brew on the east or west coast, eastern Gulf. God, that's what screws me up. Eastern Gulf, west coast of Florida. Eastern Gulf, they start to brew. Old frontal boundary. This is in the morning tomorrow. And look, ugh. Sunday might be a little less, but man, tomorrow's going to be juicy. Starts on the west, moves over to the east. This is tomorrow, right here. We're looking at tomorrow. I. How do you spell I? I. Oh man, they had an open bar yesterday at our little shindig, and it was nice. Met a lot of fellow MWPs. It was pretty fun. All right, so here's what we got today. Let's leave this up while we see what everybody's chit-chatting about. So there you go. Severe weather today. Unfortunately, we showcased this yesterday a lot. Remember during our live yesterday, I was like, oh my God, what the heck is that? Well, there you go. This is what the heck is that. It's a whatchamacallit now. Dale, I'm with you, buddy. I'm not feeling too good. Hey, YouTuber Jeffrey Limbiger. Good morning. Good to see you. If you're new. Melissa Bryan. Shelly, I hope you're keeping track of all these little one-liners. Mike Soul, good morning. Tom, good morning. You got a lot of cool-looking badges next to your name, man. I don't know what half of these mean. Open bar, Chris. Hey, might as well do it. Yep, Chris, we watched some of that softball. Man, Oklahoma hit the heck out of that ball. It didn't matter what you pitched to them. You couldn't pitch anything to them. They hit everything. Jim Parker, good morning. What's up, Kitron? Did you go to Kid Rock, or was that when was that last night, Kitron? Kind of itching to go, honestly. Morning, Mary Carol. Good morning, Jennifer Ciarlo. Vicky Hill, talk about Celsius. You know we love our Celsius. Mark Hall, 99 Nashville next week. Yes, hot record heat. It's going to be in the hundreds coming up. Margaritaville RV Park. I would love to go. Chris Raw. All right, so here's what we got cooking tonight, Kitron. Hey, a little bit of rain maybe. Got a amphitheater tomorrow night. I'm just afraid that I'll be tired and wore out for the cruise. I think the last concert we went to was Jimmy Buffett, Julie, and I, before kids, actually. We did a little too much tailgating. So I might as well just stay home and tailgate and watch it on YouTube, because that's all I'll remember. No fire pit tonight, David. I don't think so. Maybe it will. I don't know. We got to pack. Negative Ghost Rider. Now you challenge me, Shelly. All right, so here's the storms today. Let's talk about the serious stuff today. All right, so we got orange risk now, enhanced risk from the Storm Prediction Center. We got this big Boeing line of, not Boeing like an airplane. We got a Boeing line of storms rolling right now southward. So pay attention. Yesterday I was all over it. We talked about it all day yesterday. Check out Weather Nerds. Look at what this sucker looks like. WeatherNerds.org. This thing is massive. Let's use some hype words. Huge, massive. Look at this sucker, man. Somebody in Arkansas, tell me. My God, look at that. Every little white dot is a lightning strike. Incredible satellite imagery coming through Arkansas right now, fixing to get into Louisiana, Mississippi. This is going to work its way, believe it or not, down into the Gulf Coast tonight. All right, this is going to actually reach down into the Florida Panhandle. I'm not going to say Mississippi, because somebody's going to say, you never talk about Mississippi. So it's going to go into Louisiana, Alabama, and Florida. And Mississippi. Yeah. Shelly says I should go on TikTok. Yes, I should. A lot of people don't, let me tell you something. A lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We cannot afford to have certain things happen on our page and risk punishment. So that's why we stream on multiple platforms, and there's multiple ways to watch us. And remember, hey, listen, the number one piece, if I had to do one thing only, it would be the website. This right here. This is what it's all about. What's cool about the website now is I have all my posts over here on the side that you can see. So you're not missing anything. You don't have to go to social media. You can see it all right here. You can also see all my posts on my app, which costs a lot of money, believe it or not. That's why we charge, because I just never dreamed an app would cost so much. But there you go, Mike's post. There they are. So if you have the app, you can see all the posts that I do. Look at that. Isn't that neato? And if you have the app, you can also watch the Daily Brew, which I went through hell to get this to work with YouTube. I had to get approved by like 48,000 people. But there you go, Mike's post. There they are. Little tape delayed, but and then thirdly, you can also watch our Daily Brew live here. Right now, look at it's live. Let's turn it up. The app, you can also watch the Daily Brew. And the cool thing about having the YouTube here is it replays. And we get a ton of people that are doing this now, believe it or not. The numbers might not seem that big every Facebook Live, but trust me, between all these platforms and people watching it recorded on the app, it's huge. All right, so back to Weather Nerds. All right, this is what we got. So this is a big, I don't know how we ended up over there talking about that. But this is actually going to make its way to the upper Gulf Coast later tonight. And unfortunately for people with Friday night plans, we got to watch this. Storm Prediction Center just came out with a new update, and they are showing, 2% tornado chance. This is more of a straight line wind event. 2% doesn't rule out the chance of a tornado. 5% usually means they're a little bit more confident of a tornado watch. So 2%, don't let your guard down, but not the worst case. Of course, wind is mainly what they're worried about, and some hail. So it's more of a wind event, straight thunderstorms. Looks pretty massive right now. The future radar on that, let's go to the upper Gulf Coast and show you what that's going to look like here throughout the day. We really don't have an upper Gulf Coast. Well, we'll just do it right here. This is what it's going to look like throughout the day today. And you can see it just take shape. And it's going to... Daytime heating, we could have some surprise storms. And, it doesn't look as potent as it did yesterday. But Storm Prediction Center, nonetheless, under orange and enhanced. And this is, this evening, 6, 7 o'clock tonight. And there's going to be some into the Panhandle overnight tonight. So there you go. You can follow the motion. That's what it's doing, and it's going to include not Texas, but up into the Florida Panhandle and Mississippi. So just pay attention to that, especially if you got Friday night plans. Unfortunately, here's your 7 p.m., 6 p.m. right here, 6 p.m. tonight. So could be inching towards the upper Gulf Coast this evening. If you got evening plans, pay attention to that. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. We already got a severe thunderstorm watch for Arkansas, and I'm sure it's going to extend southward into Louisiana, Mississippi. All right, what else we got? We do have this. This is one of these times I think this global tropics hazards map could be wrong. I think it bases too much of its data on the GFS. But it is indicating a moderate chance of tropical development next week. So keep that in mind. We keep talking about the BOC going into Mexico. But if you do want some sort of official outlook that says there could be a chance, then this global tropics hazards map definitely showing the possibility of something down here. Again, with high pressure in place, be tough to pull northward unless the GFS is right and it forms past the high pressure system, which would be past 10 days, which it's really hard to believe anything that far out. Years ago, past 10 days, I felt very confident talking about 10-day maps. But recently, 10-day maps seem foolish. So I don't know what, they're overthinking it or what, but there you go. So let's look at the heat for next week. I'll show you that. Got a big old bubble of heat coming in. Here is your high temperatures for next week. And here we go. So tomorrow, it's only going to be like 120 out west. 115. This is real temperatures. These aren't feel like temperatures. So the dark reds are 90s, upper 80s, and the whites are pretty much 100 plus. So there we go. This is tomorrow. Starting to shift a little. Well, whites are upper 90s. The white and a little bit of purples, 100 plus. So we got upper 90s here, starting to scatter here across the south. Very hot Sunday. Now watch what happens midweek though. Man, we got upper 90s all the way into South Dakota. I did say Dakota. South Dakota. We got upper 90s, almost hundreds here in the Carolinas on Monday. We're going to see hundreds in the Carolinas on Monday. Unbelievable heat coming Monday. Tuesday, even more hundreds showing up. We got 101 in South Carolina, 100 in North Carolina. We got upper 90s for Illinois, upper 90s for Indiana. We got 90s for Kid Rock. And then Wednesday, little bitty cool down. And Thursday, a little bitty cool down. When I say cool down, I'm just like, now it's only 97 in Atlanta. So it's going to be a hot week. This is that high pressure system that's locked in over top. And that's just the way it goes. It's summer's coming. Not even here yet. There you go. So, hope it all made sense. Poor Carolinas. Thank you, Vicky Hill. Good morning. Loretta Reed, they actually cut your comment out for saying ugly. I can't believe it. We have to be so careful. But you're right, it is. Thank you, Jennifer. Yep, we're going to have a good time. I'm more excited because the girls got their nails done, got new shoes. Emily got dresses. She's actually like dressing like a girl. The poor kid used to have the most frizziest hair. Now she actually looks awesome. She knows how to do her hair now. And it's like, thank goodness, one day she figured out her hair. So yeah, I'm going to buy the dang picture packages and we're going to pay for all the pictures because our last cruise, that's memories, right? We take very rare vacations that aren't softball. So, but the good thing is I don't have my laptop or my bag. I got the most kick butt portable setup for updating the Tropics. I got a double screen monitor laptop now. I love it. Oh God, it's touchscreen. So other than not doing daily lives, I am going to be on it. You won't even know I'm gone. And I got Phil here, Shelly, got a couple other buddies that I can call if I need help. So I ain't worried about it. And there's nothing in the Tropics. So hoping to see some fans down there. If you're in the Bahamas, say hi. We'll share pictures. Met a lot of great folks yesterday down at the Sand Pearl. Hey, Darcy from Nova Scotia. Oh, Facebook memories. Yep, I even got a. I made a cheat sheet. Jelly. Hotter than hinges, Chris. I hear you, man. Karen from St. Augustine. We camped in St. Augustine. It was great. We played. Was there a place? What was that restaurant on the water? Let me pull up Google Maps real quick, and then we're gonna do Facebook memories. We still got about 10 minutes. I try to go about an hour. Google Maps. Let's take a look here. I can't remember where we stayed at. We're zooming across the great state of Florida here. And the restaurant I'm thinking of, it's probably going to tell me I was there. It was somewhere. Let's zoom in a little closer. Come on now. Don't let me down. There's a camp spot. The Reef. There it is, Aunt Kate's. That's where we were. So, little campsite right here, right? Aunt Kate's and the Reef. We went to both of those. It was awesome. Good times. Good times. So we had a busy week Thursday. Let me tell you, last Thursday I was in Iowa doing our convention up there, and then Friday had our show here in the morning on Friday, and then let me tell you. Then we're gonna do Facebook memories. I promise. What a hectic week it was for Mike's Weather Page. So this is what we do. This is what I do. So this is what it's crazy. It's a crazy week. So leading up to last week, we did our day live on Wednesday. First day of hurricane season. Flew to Iowa. Flew to Kansas City. Drove 2 hours to Iowa. Did an awesome 4 or 5 hours with Team OSR. Drove back to Kansas City. Had to stop on the way to Kansas City on Thursday and update all the apps and website. It was a big undertaking because we had PTC and it was the first time we had a storm, so I had to do a lot of updating everything to get back in the tropical mode with spaghetti models and stuff. So I did all that. Flew home. Did our live on Friday. Drove 2.5 hours to Orlando with Phil, and we had a great meeting with Universal Roofing Contracting. Those guys were doing some hurricane stuff, preparedness for fans coming up. Had a great meeting there. Stopped on the way home. Talked to Drew Garabo about 30, 40 minutes on the radio. Had to stop at the side of the road for that. Saturday woke up, went on the in-house show in Orlando and Jacksonville. Talked about hurricanes. And then, God, it's all whirlwind, man. I can't even keep up. Then yesterday we had our huge little convention down in Clearwater. That was a lot of fun. So it's like a whirlwind. It's amazing. It's just my cousin works at Ken Insurance here in Orlando. Well, I don't know if she lives locally, but we're going to do something with them next week. They have a big insurance something or other, and I might be doing a little something for them, which is cool. So I love doing it. Never get tired of it, that's for sure. Cheers. All right, so we're going to do Facebook memories, and then we'll call it a day. This is we always show some supporters of what we do here. Decks and Docks located all throughout the state of Florida. We're going to be doing some fun stuff with them. You know, my most funny story ever was standing on the dock at Hubbard's Marina with my buddy Dylan during Ada, and a wave came, and all the dock came up out of the water, and we were on it. It was like a wave, and I'm like, we ran like little kids. We ran, we screamed, ah! So, living in Florida, man, you know you got to have docks. I see in Oldsmar all the time. I hate to see an old dock get tore up. It's kind of sad. The ocean wins again. That should be a Jimi Hendrix song. And the wind cried, it's Mary. And the ocean wins. See, get it? The ocean wins again. That would be a cool time lapse of a dock getting annihilated during a storm. All right, here we go. TGIF, hope you have a great Friday. Here's some Facebook memories for you. Let's see what we were talking about a year ago. Weak, broad, low, moving north. Storms up north. So yesterday's theme was we were posting the exact same thing 4 years ago and the exact same thing 8 years ago about tropical juice sliding west, possibly entering the bay, more than likely going to the Pacific. It was so weird to see 4 years ago, 8 years ago, the exact same post that we're talking about this week. Every 4 years, history repeats itself. Kind of like the LRC that Eric talks about. There might be something to that, how history repeats itself. Here's our 12Zs a year ago showing weak, low in the BOC. Here, man, I haven't changed a bit. Showing high pressure. What high pressure? Let's see what else we got. This is a year ago. Hey, I was talking about softball. Oh my God. A non-weather post. This is a good picture of me and ABC. A lot of posts a year ago. 2 years ago, there's our lives. 3 years ago, nothing cooking, talking about rains out west. 4 years ago, we were talking about Euro week, GFS up, CMC week. So 4 years ago, the GFS was wrong again. Let's see. 5 years ago, nothing in the tropics. Oh my God, 7 years ago. Oh no, I was posting about the Rays. This is for all the ones that tell me I go back the way I used to be and only post weather. Okay. Well, I was trying to sell tickets for our softball team 7 years ago. 2015. Okay. 7 years ago. Quit using your page for using it other than weather. Okay. 7 years ago, nothing. There's a cool lightning shot 7 years ago. There's a little. All right, so 8 years ago, GFS is not backing down. If it's correct, we could start seeing a low next week. Okay. Fast forward to today, 2022. GFS is not backing down. If it's correct, we could start seeing a building low next week. Oh my God, it's what the GFS is showing today. Euro shows lowering of pressures, but nothing organized. That's crazy. 8 years ago, same thing. 9 years ago, nothing really brewing in the tropics. That was 2013. 10 years ago, I didn't post pictures in the early beginnings. I didn't really know what to do with Facebook. Nobody knew what to do with Facebook. I think 2009, was that when things got going? Nobody knew what they were doing, who we were talking to. Let's look at 11 comments back then. I don't know if any of these people are still around as far as fans. Linda Bryant, she used to be on my page a lot. I wonder if she's still around. Dina Marie, any of you guys still around? Kristen, Aaron. So that was Gary Henry, Patty. 11 years ago. I didn't have one like. This is how bad it was 11 years ago. 2010, I didn't even get one like or comment. I was talking to myself, kind of like I'm doing now. Good times. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, Tiffany. So, man, we got a lot of people buying Furmans all of a sudden. I think it's just phenomenal. Thank you so much. You know, they do a lot for me, and they have a great company. Donna McCarty just sent $20. Holy cow. Thank you for that over on YouTube. Appreciate that. So, Shelly knows two of the list. I think that Linda's still around. She always was quiet. I like the quiet ones. So, appreciate the ones that come to the page for weather. It's great. And the shenanigans. All right, anything else we can talk about? Say, don't forget about our cruise. I don't advertise it as much. I'm going to start doing it again. We got a great cruise coming up in March of next year. It's a long way away, but we've already got about 20 some cabins booked. We did one this year. It was a bigger hit than I thought. So we locked in the prices, put a deposit down for 100 cabins so that we could lock in our prices to give everybody a good price. We know fuel's going up, so the good news for us is our prices are locked. It's a 5-dayer from it's a Monday to Friday. We got an event planned for Brew Crew members on Sunday the day before at a hotel. So if you're a Brew Crew member, we're going to have a VIP little party and band for you on Sunday. And the cool thing about the Sunday thing, you don't have to be on the cruise. If you're a Brew Crew member and live in Florida, you can still come and hang out. We're going to be doing that. But as far as the cruise goes, we got a cocktail hour the first day on the ship, free open bar. We'll have a special wristband for everybody. Shelly makes some nice Lenards, and they laugh at me because I say Lenards wrong. We're going to do some sort of a pub crawl with all our fans. We're going to be doing something in the slot poll we did. It was a lot of fun. We're going to do an actual seminar on the ship. We're going to give away certificates for those that are in the industry that want a 2023 preparedness certificate. And it's going to be a real deal. I mean, I'll do my presentations like I always do. You'll get a certificate. We'll say, it's accredited. So if you're in the industry, you know what that means. It's a work-related trip. And it's kid-friendly. We're going to have fun on Coco Cay. We're going to have a scavenger hunt for the kids. We had this is spring break for Pinellas County, Hillsborough, and Pasco. Might be spring break for you guys. I didn't promote this a lot last year. I didn't know what to expect, but it's a lot of fun. Everybody, our little MWP family is so great, especially when we all get together and hang out. So long way away, but it's not too early to think about it. And we have some great sponsors that give swag bag stuff. Last year we had Coastal Claims and ABC and Furman all were part of it, and I suspect they'll be somewhat involved again. So the lady that's helping us, her name is Kim Shipley. She's on vacation right now, but her office, they're ranked one of the top 10 travel companies in America. They specialize on these education at sea style cruises. We're going to have our own dedicated staff member from their cruise agency, or the travel agency is going to be on the ship for us. That's going to help in communication, be your person to go to if you need to find out where we're at, where everybody's hanging, what you need. They're going to be organizing all this for us. So we have, a really good event. So yeah, Independence of Seas, heading to Coco Cay in Nassau. Fun. Fun. Can't wait. We'll get through this hurricane season together. I'll be here every step of the way. Hopefully keeping up with the no hype and get through the season. Get through 2023 or 2022, and then we'll talk about 2023 next year. So, all right. So there you go. Have a great weekend. If you're in the Upper Gulf Coast, watch for storms. Florida storms should be popping soon. I'm surprised they haven't yet. I'm sure the atmosphere is just ready to explode here. We got storms rolling in as predicted. This is current radar. So there they are. They're coming in off of the eastern Gulf Coast. Expected. They're going to be brewing even heavier throughout the day for the other coast, West Coast. The other coast. You are the other people. The other people. It looks like more to stay tomorrow, unfortunately. Daily rains. Let's look at that real quick. Since they took away my 24-hour map that I love so much, this is on. So here's your 24-hour rain map. Day 1. You can see the heavy rains. This is all the rain expected today until tomorrow morning. There's your big line coming down from the northwest. Lingering frontal line right here, droopy. Tomorrow rains. Upper Gulf, Carolinas. Again, it's kind of been on the radar all week. Do you remember a couple of days ago I posted the long range one forecast had heavy rains on 6/11. That's kind of what they were talking about. So we got rains for Saturday here. And then on Sunday, a little less, hopefully. Looks like Sunday's not bad. So don't fear Sunday is near. Do not fear, Sunday's near. Have a good weekend, Bill Lauderdale. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Lori Ray. Right, appreciate it. Bill, see you, buddy. Good luck, Cubs. Leonards. Is it Leonards or Leonards? Leonards. Menards. Oh, what about Menards? I got a buddy who works at Menards. Actually, one of the Menards is a friend of mine. Charlie Menard. One of the owners. Good buddy of mine. Hey, from Brunswick. I know where that's at. It's hot, Brunswick. I got a buddy named Troy Meredith lives up there. Look him up. He's a good dude. Jeremy Schwartz. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I can never really have a real vacation because I'll be watching weather 24/7. But you know what? It's my hobby. And, I thought about it. If I wasn't looking at weather, what the heck would I be looking at, right? So I like doing it. I don't like all the stress that comes with it sometimes and the BS emails that I get and the BS crap that we have to deal with that that make it more about weather. It's about weather. Weather. It's weather. It's about weather. I get a little pissed off when I have a beer in my hand and people call me an alcoholic. That pisses me off because I'm drinking coffee right now. So I guess that means I'm a coffeeaholic. People like to judge. People think they know everything about people. You don't know who I am. Everybody's got crap to deal with in their life. You can't judge people. Until you walk in somebody else's shoes, right? You got to learn that. Not you guys. I'm talking about everybody else. For sure. But one thing I did want to say one time, I post pictures of Sarah all the time, and I have a lot of fans post in. Sarah's got Down syndrome. Talk about learning how to deal with life for us. That was a huge adjustment. And I was guilty saying the R word a lot. Learned a lot about getting older, how things you probably shouldn't say that do hurt people. So we've all been there. I don't judge people. All we can do is learn to get better, right? But if any of y'all, this is where I was getting at, if any of you guys that are fans of our page know anybody that has a Down syndrome child and wants to reach out to Julie especially, we'd love to talk to you. Because we thought our world was shattered. I mean, the day we had her, I'll never forget my mom and her mom. We had no idea that, we didn't want to know anything before. So I remember my mom, she's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to take it. And that was 13 years ago. My mom's 82 now. She stayed over with my mom last night. They had the best time last night. My mom loves her to death. So it's not always the end of the world. You got to make the best of it. And life goes on. You only live once. And it's tough. Everything's tough. Everybody's got to deal with tough stuff. And I have too. I guess some people get on me because I post fun stuff all the time. But trust me, everybody's had rough stuff in their life. And if anybody wants to reach out to talk about kids, feel free. Right? So anyway, no Mountain Dew, Darcy. I'm a caffeine addict. I will say that. I probably, if I had to pick one thing, it would be caffeine. I have to have caffeine, and I'm okay with that. I had to have it in college. I had to have it to stay awake. If I don't, I feel down. It's just me, I offset it at night with beer. It's offsetting. So maybe I should just drink water and be down the middle, but that would be no fun. But Renee, thank you for that. Yes, they are great kids. Very positive kids. So, but I don't mean to go off like that, but hey, it's my page. And the last thing I want to say, this is what